All right. We're going to do our levels. Just like whatever your normal voice is.
Whatever your normal voice is.
So I want you to say your name.
Say your
favorite
name.
color.
Say my name. Say my name.
Okay. You know what? I think that might be good for the sound check, actually. Let's do this, girlfriends. Is that our intro song?
Yeah,
That's our theme
thing.
Oh, well, hello, Mom.
Hey, baby
How
girl.
you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
You
How are
good?
you?
I'm
Yes.
all right. And
Are
hello,
you awake?
loves. Oh, you know what? Am I awake? Wow, that is a really loaded question.
It is loaded.
I feel like that's
like double
complicated. As awake as I'm going to get today.
Yes.
Awake enough to do this because I was really, really looking forward to this.
Hi,
Sharing
everyone.
about our experience at Flock. So hello, my loves. Toni here from TL Yarn Crafts and welcome back. And we have migrated from the big orange couch. I've brought my mom with me. She has migrated with me over here to my big brown dining table. So we're going to be hanging out today and talking all things Flock Fiber Festival. That just happened recently over in Seattle, Washington. Mom and I got a chance to go. We got a lot of stuff. But we also had some really great experiences. We met some truly amazing people. We got to see a really gorgeous city.
Oh, gosh, yes.
And we ate some good food.
Yes.
We got all our steps in.
Yeah. We got our steps in one day for the month.
So yeah, we're super excited to kind of share about that experience.
Yes.
Chitty chat. So go get your laundry out the dryer.
Yeah.
Go unload the dishwasher.
Well,
you know, put us on in the background while you walk the dog. Whatever you've got going on, just tuck in because we're going to be here for a minute, okay?
Yes, we got things.
So I'm super excited that we got a chance to go to Flock.
Yes.
I know that was my first time in Seattle.
My first time in Seattle also.
Yeah.
My first time that far west. I was extremely excited.
I would say one of my very first impressions of Seattle is I love the mountains.
Oh.
Just flying in over the mountains. That's when you know like we're finally here. We're getting to our destination.
I took a picture while we were in the plane.
Oh, it was
just
beautiful.
arrived and I
With the
happened
snow
to
on the
wake
top.
up. Yes. I happened to wake up at that moment.
That was a long flight. So then we touched down, got our bags and everything. And I want to give a huge shout out to our roommates for the weekend.
Oh my gosh. Gwen and Jenny.
Yes, Gwen and Jenny. So Gwen of Bella Filato Studio is a fantastic yarn dyer and just one of the nicest humans you'll ever meet. And then Jenny, who is a friend of Gwen's.
Yes.
She is a cardiologist.
Oh my gosh.
And also a purple lover.
Oh.
Now that I've rekindled my relationship with the color purple, I can really, really appreciate the whole breadth of that color. And I think I appreciate people who love purple even more. So it is really a beautiful color. It really is. Big ups to Gwen and Jenny. They were fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic roommates all weekend.
Thanks for having
Super
me.
nice. I felt really bad one night. Like I couldn't sleep. And are we being attacked by a fly?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. So there was one night that I couldn't sleep and I was like, oh, I'll do some laundry. So of course the laundry room is right across from Gwen's room, who is like really serious about her sleep. And there's like this magnet on the door.
Oof.
And every time I open or close the door, every time. So I was like, I gotta get this laundry done. I can't leave wet clothes in the washing machine. So thankfully she said she didn't hear it.
Oh God.
And I choose to believe that that is the truth. And that she wasn't just being nice. Thursday, let's kind of go through the trip and then we're gonna like really, really dive into Flock. So we arrived on Wednesday. That was the travel day. We didn't do anything. I think we went and ate at that pretty yummy place.
Oh, that place was amazing.
I can't remember the name of it, but it was right around the corner from our Airbnb. We actually walked there.
She'll drop that in.
They had really good cider.
Yes.
Really great cider.
Pineapple, what was that? Pineapple mango?
Yeah, you got a pineapple cider, and I got like a drier cider. I don't usually go for the sweet stuff too often.
Yeah.
I got chicken tenders.
Oh, yeah.
She said they were known for their chicken tenders.
Yeah.
It's not like I flew across the country just to get chicken tenders.
It was specific, but they were delicious.
They were really good. And their honey mustard, I think it was homemade.
Yeah, definitely.
It was really, really good.
The food was fresh and delicious. I got nacho tater tots.
Yes.
And they
loaded
were
nacho tater tots.
They were so good. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yes. The place that we stayed had this gorgeous rooftop. I have so many photographs of the sunset on my phone.
We watched the sunset from the rooftop. And it was breathtaking.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah.
Oh.
It was nice to just go up there and chill, and then the sun would go down, and it would immediately get too cold to be outside. And so we would just go down our little stairs, back into the house, and chill. So that was Wednesday. Super chill, travel day, no big.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I take a video for my vlog? Do you mind? Absolutely beautiful. Of course. What is your Insta, darling?
It's Chef Girly with 2 F's. CHEFFGIRLY.
Yes, ma'am. We got it. Look at this beautiful top. Can we get a twirl?
I'm like
hey, yes, ma'am. Crochet. Can you tell us about your piece?
This is actually Korean pattern maker.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'll represent.
It's beautiful. Oh my goodness. Is this cotton?
Cotton and linen. Yeah.
Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. More beautiful crochet. Tell us a bit about what you're wearing, darling.
I'm wearing the Snapdragon dress by Shop Daisy Tay.
Gorgeous. Ooh, we got a twirl too. That's what I'm talking about. Thursday.
We were on 12.
We were. I was like, we have our
12.
energy. And the nice thing about going from the East Coast to the West Coast is you kind of gain time.
Yeah.
So we woke up like, oh, we're ready to go. Like we're up. We're jazzed. Let's hit it. So that day we're heading to Bainbridge Island. So you have to take a ferry across the Bainbridge. And when we got to the ferry, we got a chance to meet Brittany of Not Bad Brit.
Yes.
So she's the kind of person that you swear you've met in person before, but you haven't. She just has.
And she's this big, tall, Amazon, just ray of sunshine, gorgeousness.
She's tiny.
I was like,
but I mean, so much personality, so mighty, and she's got great hair. Her curls just popping all over the place.
The melanin,
it really was.
Skin. Yeah. Okay, we're going to talk about her skin regimen.
She's beautiful.
Later.
I know, right? She's like glowing from within,
it looks
honestly.
Fake. It looks fake. Like just she put her face on her. Oh my God.
We also had a chance to meet her mom. She's such a sweetheart.
We see where she gets it from.
Yes, we do.
She's absolutely
Her mom's got this beautiful kind of demure spirit to her.
She
also
calmed me down. You know, I'm always on 12.
Yeah. Huge mom energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we immediately clicked. Because we're like, oh, these are our babies.
First stop. We were hungry.
Yes.
So we went to Basa. Oof. That food was so good. Oh my God, the food was so good. So Basa, from what I understand, is maybe like a Thai fusion cuisine type place.
Yeah.
Weren't exactly sure what to expect, but I know our roommate, Gwen, was very much looking forward to going to like a noodle type place. So that's where we end up. Mom and her noodles. She's got a complicated relationship with eating noodles outside. And by complicated, it means she doesn't like it. She's not down. She's not interested. But her whole thing is always like, I'll find something.
I'm gonna find something.
We can go. We'll find something.
I'll find something to eat.
So we go to Basa.
When we first walked in, we met friends.
Oh, yes, we did meet friends. Okay, so we met Red Door Fibers. So we met Kate. Yes, we met the host of Flock. We also got a chance to see Allie of Exploring Knits was there as well when we arrived. So that was really cool that, you know, we were just kind of out and about. We weren't expecting to see them. They were heading out. We were heading in. So, of course, we stand into the aisles where everybody needs to be walking. It's a small restaurant.
And everything. They're like, oh.
It's like, I'm sorry. We all haven't seen each other in a really long time. Because all of that ends up feeling a bit like camp, right?
Yeah.
Like, these are your friends, and we've been talking online for months and months.
Like.
But then you all finally get together, you're in the same place, and it's like you can't help but like love on each other because it's like
and
it's so
for
long.
me, this is my first time meeting a lot of the people. Like, so it's like I'm standing there like,
wow, she's real. Yeah, that was really cool.
And everybody's so warm and friendly and like and it cracks me up because they're like, oh, Mama Gwen, let me you. Can I get a hug? I'm like, girl, I'm a hugger.
We are
see
huggers.
These guns. Come get some.
So we kind of chitty chatted with them while they put our table together. So then we go in the back. What did you end up getting to eat?
I wound up getting the garlic green beans with beef added. The food was delicious. So all the beef bone broth that they got the bone and I got the beef because honey, my food was delicious. And I got fried prawns.
Yeah, she got
not
prawns.
Shrimp. I got prawns, darling.
I'm gonna tell you exactly how it was written in the menu. Okay, so I got a shaved ribeye pho with 15-hour oxtail broth. Let that sink in for a second. Just imagine how good it tasted and then up it by like 1,000.
Okay.
This was by far some of the best pho I've ever had in my life. And I love me some pho.
I don't even pho, but the pho was delicious.
It was really good. I got mom to try the broth. And it was just...
I did. It was
undeniable.
Good.
I mean, but that's what pho is all about. It's about the broth. It's not about the noodles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've been trying to explain this to her, but she was like, nah, I can make my own broth. And I was like, it's not the same.
That's what she's saying.
And then I also got pork and shrimp egg rolls.
Oh, those were delicious.
And these were like
she shared that
so
with me.
different from any egg roll I've ever had. First off, it was like crispy fried. And I'm like, I don't know what kind of fryer y'all got back there, but my food don't never look like this.
And I also had a Chinese donut for the first time.
Oh, yes, we had a Chinese donut.
Let me taste it. And that was delicious. I was like, it's a churro.
Yeah, it's pretty much a churro with nothing on it. Yeah, it was really good. And I feel like it kind of skewed slightly sweet.
Yeah, it was just a teeny, it was
bit.
Just a teeny bit. So
yeah,
I like that.
Very
you got
leisurely lunch.
Cool drinks.
Oh, yes, I got a spicy margarita as recommended by Brittany. I'm glad she did because it was absolutely delicious. Did you have a cocktail?
No, I just had water.
That's right. So then after we left Bassa, we went to a little coffee shop just to kind of get our energy back. And then
I left the coffee shop.
Mom left the coffee shop. She abandoned us at the coffee shop. And where'd you go?
I went to this beautiful little store called Wish. I wish I had gotten more. I wish I had a bigger suitcase.
Yeah, same.
The stuff was amazing. He had beautiful silk sari wares. I call it hippy dippy clothes.
Yeah,
like 70-ish clothes.
Everything was very flowy.
Everything was flowy and really just beautiful.
Colorful, yeah.
So I went inside and I immediately looked to my left and they had a rack of robes, kimonos, and I was just like, oh, oh my, look at the.
So pretty.
It's like unrolling.
So it's got like an embroidery going on and all these really lovely colors. I would say of a lot of them, this is one of the more like subdued ones.
This was actually more subdued.
Really wearable,
we
really
had
pretty.
That one.
And the lady was trying to talk her out of it. She was like, you want 2 purple ones? I'm like, these are completely different purples.
Yeah, one is burgundy.
Yeah.
And one is purple. So I got those, and then I was about to leave out, and I found this beautiful scarf.
Yeah,
that can be worn as a sash or a scarf. But oh,
look at that!
So this is one side. Let's flip it over.
Okay,
and look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my, and each one of these panels are individually sewn.
Yeah, so gorgeous.
All the way down. So,
I love the colors. I remember when I saw it, I was like, oh, this feels like something you get at Pier 1.
Yes.
So, and which we love, Pier 1. But yeah, I thought this was super duper pretty. So of course, I go in, and here's the thing. I will yarn shop all day long, but like clothes shopping, just regular shopping.
She's not a shopper.
I'm not really a shopper.
I'm a shopper.
So I go in and everybody's trying on their clothes, and of course I'm being super supportive, like, oh girl, you should get that. But I wasn't looking for nothing for myself until I go to leave the shop, and there was this display of these recycled sari blankets, and y'all know I'm a sucker for a blanket. So I got one. So I'm not gonna hold it up here, but one side has this really beautiful, like, abstract red palm design, and then the other side has these other lovely colors. And it's got the palm a little bit on that side, but I just fell in love with the patchwork vibe of it, the fact that it's recycled saris, that they're now getting a new life.
I got a chance to sleep under it.
Yeah,
because
Mom took it for a test drive.
Beautiful, heavy weighted blankets.
Very heavy blankets.
Mama can't sleep under them. Mama get hot, baby. Mama get hot. Mama.
Yeah.
The blanket is beautiful. If you have the opportunity to go to Wish
on Bainbridge Island,
please stop in and go and get yourself a little treat.
And then it was time to get down to business.
Yes.
And so we went to La Mercerie. So La Mercerie is actually the store that the host of Flock, I believe, owns. It's a lovely shop. I would say La Mercerie feels like an upscale kind of classic yarn shop. So they carry a lot of different brands. They got buttons. They had fabric.
Mm-hmm.
They had spinning fiber.
Oh yeah.
Yarn, of course. They had a
spinning
giant
wheels.
Olive. What is it? Knitting for olive
Knitting
wall.
for olive.
Like all the bases.
And they also had fabric.
Yes, they had really lovely fabric. So Jenny actually got some fabric.
Yes.
I didn't know that she had all these talents, but she
Yes.
said she was going to make a top out of this lovely like checkered fabric that
Yeah.
she got. I did end up
Styles.
getting some buttons.
She's a
That's like
buttoner.
my latest obsession now.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've cycled through getting different stuff when I go to the
Yeah.
yarn store. Always yarn, obviously.
Yeah.
But I always get some other type of motion. So I've done scissors, I've done tape measures,
Mhm.
and now I'm on buttons.
She's a
Now that I'm
buttoner.
doing cardigans,
Yes.
I don't do buttons.
Yes. I got this book.
Yes. So Mom found the Knitting for
Knitting for
Olive book, and guess what? It was on sale.
It was
Of course
in the
it was.
sale bin. It was 2 baskets sitting way in the back in the corner on the floor.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, Pookie, why are you sitting
Oh,
there
Pookie.
all alone? Picked it up. Now I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, there are no stains. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm taking it.
Yeah.
And it was $28.80.
Mm-hmm.
And
Down from $32.
so when I got up there, she said, well, did you see the little...
Yeah, there's like some scratches on the back, but I mean you can barely tell. It looks like maybe during shipping, this was the one at the bottom of the box.
Or the bottom, yeah.
Yeah, and it just got a little.
Yeah, and it got a little.
But it's
boo-boo
only on the back,
No,
and it
it's
doesn't
only on
affect the
back.
book at all.
So I'm gonna take this book and take it to
Kinko's or something.
and have them spiral it for me.
Yeah,
So that's what I'm gonna do.
it's a gorgeous book.
I'm not going to lie. I am going to make things out of this book.
You're gonna follow a pattern.
I'm going to follow a
Gosh.
pattern.
I think the earth just tilted a little bit. Mom is not a pattern follower.
No,
Generally.
it makes me tired.
Yeah.
I get bored.
Is that all you got from the nursery?
What had happened was, soon as I walked in the shop, the first thing I always do, I don't know what it is, I go straight to the back of the store. I happen to see this basket of yarn and it looked hand spun.
Mhm.
That's what I want. I want something that doesn't look like anything else. She's talking to this lady about this yarn, and I think that was the spinning section. She had just spun this. Oh, it was so...
It was stunning.
beautiful. And I
Stunning.
just, my hands immediately was like, and I wanted it. Let me tell you something. I put the hard New York pitch
She did.
on it.
She did.
The whole time we
They
were
were
in
like,
the
nope,
store,
this is not for sale.
the whole time we were in the store, I tried everything.
Yeah.
I was willing to give her upwards to $100, maybe even more for
It's
that
really beautiful.
beautiful skein.
Mhm.
And she was like, no, it's not for sale. And I was,
She stuck to her guns. And you know what's funny? I've seen Mom do this before.
yeah.
Go into a store and either like asking for a discount or asking for something that's not for sale, something that hasn't been stocked yet.
Oh, yeah.
And usually it works. I've
It
never
works.
seen it not work. They're like, this is not for sale,
Yeah,
ma'am.
she
Like,
was-
we love you, but you
Yeah.
can't have this.
And I told her, I said, listen, I said, after it wears off and you don't want this no more, you don't want to play with her no more, I said, you call me if you need someone to sell to. Girl,
You tried.
I tried.
That's all you can do.
That's all you can do.
That's all you can do.
But I want you to know that I'm thinking about you and that yarn was beautiful.
She still
and
wants
you
it.
should do it again and send me that one. So what did you get?
So I was pretty modest at
Yes.
the nursery. I was really trying to be intentional about not overspending
Mm.
on Thursday because I was fully intending to overspend at Flock. So I did. The only thing I got was this yarn here. I don't know how to say this because it's French. Is it Bichet Boucher? Bichet Boucher?
Bichet Boucher.
So it's this really lovely, like steel gray blue. This is 28% silk and 72% mohair. But I believe it's a DK weight.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I really liked about it. Because typically with like a mohair silk blend, you have to hold it with something.
Yeah.
But this is already heavy enough.
Yes.
It looks to be like
Here
a
you
chain
go.
neck
You got it right
construction. And when I see something like this, it really motivates me to want to knit more.
Yeah.
So I thought this would be really pretty as like some kind of knit neckwear piece or like maybe like a scarf hat set or something like that. So I thought this was really pretty. And I'm also trying to like step out of my comfort zone color wise.
Even a beautiful triangle. Kerchief.
Just something real simple. I don't want to get too crazy with it because these are 50-gram skeins. That was all that I got from La Mercerie. So then we made our way over to the Lamb and Kid. And on the way, we found another friend. So I got a chance to meet Sasha of Verona Knits. It's the kind of person when they come into your life, you're like, I feel like a puzzle piece just landed. She had actually just written a book called Island Vibes. Do you have yours too?
Yes.
I have mine. It was on sale at Flock, and it just came out, I believe, earlier this year. She models all of the pieces in here. She even has her family in here. So she is Jamaican, and really kind of drew from some of those roots for these really beautiful knit pieces inside of the book. So if you are looking for some fun, kind of summery fall type pieces to wear, some really great layering pieces, or like if you're going on a tropical holiday.
Oh my goodness, you get a whole wardrobe. Not to mention the fact she signed a very lovely signature inside my book. And she also told me that she's going to make me one of the pieces.
She did say that.
Her pieces, and they're great for layering. So even if you did make the pieces, you could wear them all year round because they could be layered
up. So really, really lovely stuff in here. So we met up with her on the way over to the Lamb and Kid. And then we got to the Lamb and Kid. And I would say this place has a really cool effect when you first walk in. First off, it's huge for a yarn store. It's got super tall ceilings. It's really large, but they have this gorgeous like dark green color on the walls.
It's so
that almost makes you feel like you're walking into like this yarn cave.
It like a big hug. It's a yarn hug.
A yarn hug. Oh my God. It was a really dynamic experience just to walk in there. And then you start laying your eyes on everything and there's so much color.
And the people were so bubbly, like, hi,
like very excited to be there.
And then of course.
And then we saw Gigi. Oh my gosh. Gigi, my other mama. So we got a chance to see Gigi, which was really, really cool.
And I don't mind sharing her with Gigi.
Just with Gigi though. I got no other mamas. And then we kind of poked around for a while. I did end up getting some stuff.
I got a thing.
You got a thing? Do you want to show your thing
Toni
first?
bought me a thing because I was like, I'm not going to lie, I was a little overwhelmed. I've never been in a place that was so bright.
There was a lot of color.
Yarn, it was so, and I was just,
like,
it looked like my, it looked like my yarn stash. I was like,
where do you start?
Home. Toni bought me this lovely, this is 50% merino, 30% silk, 20% cashmere. It's 400 yards and it's fingering. So I'm going to make a beautiful kerchief, but I think I'm going to bead it. I think I'm going to bead it. So that's why I just got the one.
That's gorgeous.
Because I want it around my neck. But it feels like a cotton.
It does.
Or a linen.
It's got a really gorgeous texture to it. And you know what? Itchy. I bet it gets really nice after you block it. I bet it softens up, and I'm sure the drape is amazing.
I'm going to knit this. I'm probably going to put it on the machine because it's something that I want to finish.
So the thing about Lamb and Kid is that they sell their branded yarn, which I think it's really cool that they can fill that big of a space with their branded yarn. They have so many gorgeous bases and colors. So they have two brands there. There's the Lamb and Kid, and then there's Diamond Lane. So we got that really gorgeous skein for Mom. I was a little bit more generous. my wallet was open a little bit longer than hers. These were the skeins that as soon as I saw them, I was like, oh, these are coming home with me. So these ones are the Lamb and Kid. This is their Todd base, and it's 65% yak, 35% cashmere. So just imagine how... all you want to do is pet it. So pretty. So I got this color, which is called Pendant, which is this gorgeous bright orange. I'm sure I was influenced by Gigi. She just has orange aura flowing off of her. I was like, oh, I should get something orange. So I ended up getting this. And then for my accent color, I originally had a cream color. And then I had a gray color. And then I was like, let's get wild. Let's get nuts, you know? So I ended up with this pretty pink, and it's called Blush. And I thought these work together really, really well.
Switch back on the Ah, look at that.
Obsessed with this. So these are
gosh.
50s. I think I'm gonna crochet with these.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty to crochet with. And if I
see
have
a
to get some more, I might get some more.
shawl or
Yeah.
Oh,
I think a nice
beautiful
shawl out of this. Because this is the kind of fiber that you need to have up by your face.
Yes.
You need to have it on your neck, like touching your skin.
That was one of the things that I noticed. Every fiber that they had, I wanted to wear light somewhere up here because it's lighter.
There was definitely a very feminine appeal to a lot of the yarns there. Now, I mean, obviously, depending on what colors or designs and things you use, you can, you know, pull it more masculine. But a lot of what this inspired me to do definitely had this feminine leaning feel to it. Like these colors felt very girly to me.
Oh, yeah.
But with that really bright orange and that super soft pink, it was just a great contrast. It was undeniable for me. I had to get it. So I got that. And then I was like, I got a little bit more space in my cart. Let me see what else I can find. So then, a little bit. Lately I've kind of had this obsession with like texture and like fuzzy things. Yes. So then I got this. So this is Diamond and Lane. This is their Birdie DK. So this is a DK weight, 90% alpaca, 10% silk. Talk about luxury.
When I tell you that that's how you feel in the shop. It's like luxurious.
It's a very luxurious experience.
From the color to the walls to the lighting to how it's set up.
Even the decor in there.
I was going to say
I feel like there were
vignettes.
all of these moments that were so pretty. And I found myself taking photographs because I'm like, I want to live here. Yeah. Like I could spend my day here.
It is a yarn person's dream to be in a shop that is so dark. The depth of the darkness of that shop with the light flowing through the tall windows. The shop is a vibe.
It is.
You could have a yarny party, which they were actually celebrating at the time.
There were like, what, 6 or 7 like Leo birthdays?
Yes.
So I got the colors Great Horn. I also got Isle. And I got Waverly.
Let's see if I can find them.
And and that's the thing with this yarn. It almost like it's a little tricky to figure out like where the strand is.
You can see it.
You can see it a little bit. My idea here is I want to do like a very simple bottom up like striped triangle scarf. One of the things I really liked about the Lamb and Kid is that a lot of the things that they had samples of were relatively simple patterns. They weren't super complicated.
The yarn did the work.
Right. It really let the yarn shine. I think this might be one of the first things I use.
Oh, that'd be
It might be. So that was super duper fun. And then we wrapped up at the Lamb and Kid and we hoofed it over to the ferry, which we almost missed.
And then when we got back on the ferry, they had a puzzle on the table.
There was a puzzle on the ferry.
So Sasha sat down to do the puzzle first. And then Toni said, ooh, let's go get a glass of wine. And they all left me.
Well, the thing is, they don't let you take your wine out of the little eating area. So myself, Britt, and Sasha, and then eventually Britt's mom kind of chilled there and shared a drink. And we were having this really cool conversation about wanting to put something together for BIPOC business owners in the fiber space. Some kind of like retreat or like a working opportunity for us to like share and exchange information because there's just not a lot of established camaraderie opportunities for people of color in the business side of this space. Of course, we get lost in this conversation. And by the time we look up...
lost in the puzzle.
Mom killed that puzzle. So, of course, by the time we look up, the ferry is about to dock.
They're
docking. Like, oh, no. So we go back over. And the puzzle was maybe, what, like 60% done? We sat down. And it was like 90% done. And the only reason it was only 90% done is because there were pieces missing.
There were pieces missing. Like the corner.
There were corners.
The corner of the puzzle. Don't do that.
So that was really cool. And it was nice to just kind of spend that day together. It was super fun.
Really
so then we headed home and we had some guests for the evening. So Ashley and the Sorella team came over and chilled out on our rooftop and we made friendship bracelets together, which was super fun. So I've got mine. I got my little stack.
I got mine.
What's
yours say?
So this one says TLYC. This one says Yarn Bay.
And also Jenny bought beads.
Yes, Jenny brought beads and things for us to make bracelets. Ashley and the Sorella team brought over a bunch of beads and things. So it's kind of like this communal little crafting thing.
So we gave them some to donate and then we made some of our own. Yeah. So mine says Mama Gwen. And then this one says Knit, Love, Crochet.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Because we We should all get along.
We should be. But it was cool. So we got to hang out with Ashley. We got to hang out with her sister Brooke, who I adore. I just love Brooke. There's like a glow that wafts off of her that I just love being in the presence of. Very calm.
I can be calm when I'm around Brooke.
Yeah.
Everybody else I'm like on 12 with because
they
other
balance
young
each
ladies,
other really well. Yeah, Carter and Megan were two other members of the Sorella team who came, and they were just sweethearts.
They are.
Megan was giving like very Earth Mama.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
And then Carter was just a doll. She was just a sweetheart. Yeah, she's like, I'm just happy to be here. I was like, me too.
We're happy you're here.
Yeah. So that was really cool. We just kind of hung up there literally until it got too dark to bead.
It was hilarious because I kept saying, okay, should we go downstairs?
She said it like 4 times. We're like,
I'm looking for light. You can't even see the color of the beads anymore. When it got to the point where you got to cut the phone on, I was like, you know what? We're okay, get up. It's time to go downstairs.
So then we go downstairs and we're chit-chatting for hours. Yeah. And the Sorella team had just came in that day.
Oh, they are exhausted.
And so at one point, Mom's like, okay, y'all looking real tired. And she shut it right down. She's like, everybody go to bed.
I was like, go to bed. I was like, it's time for y'all to go because you got to get up in the morning. So
she kicked them out.
I had
lovingly.
I
mean, it was time. It was late. It was fun.
Yeah,
so that was the end of day 1.
Yes. Was that day 1?
It was the first full day.
First full day.
Yeah.
Did you make your top?
I did.
It looks so cool.
Thank you so much. I have here.
My name is Rose. I live in Kirkland, Washington.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so great meeting you, Toni.
It's nice to meet you too. Can you tell us about your gorgeous sweater?
Yes, so I made this in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks?
Yeah. I learned the pattern from a book that I bought. I forgot the name of it.
It's beautiful. Hello, beautiful. Can you tell us what you're wearing?
Sure. It is, I guess it's kind of like a vest. It's crocheted.
It's gorgeous.
Every piece is made individually.
Wow.
And then you sew them together.
Right? That is stunning. Look at the eyelets on that. I need me one of them.
All right, so then we moved into Friday, which was another nice full day. So whereas Thursday was like our fiber day, Friday was our tourist day. Because one thing folks need to know about me and Mom when we travel, if we're going somewhere new, we need a day to be tourists. We need to go do the things that you can only do in that city. One day. So one of the things that I absolutely had to do was at the top of my list is we had to go to the Chihuly Gardens. So Chihuly is this amazing, world-renowned glass artist. I first encountered his work in Columbus, Ohio. There's a piece at the art museum out there, one of his gorgeous, huge chandeliers, and it's got these oranges and yellows and reds and pinks and just, every time I would go see it, I'm like, I am transcending right now.
If I were a yarn dyer, I would.
I'd be doing a Chihuly collection.
Yeah, I would have whole. Oh my!
The colors were insane. But you know what's interesting though is considering how colorful most of his pieces are. The very first piece you encounter when you go into the exhibit is all white,
and it is just. But the depth of
there's so much layering to it, and there's texture to the glass as well. So it looked like an ice cave.
Yes, it's almost like it cleans your palate.
It does,
to enter into this garden of lushness.
It was breathtaking.
Yes.
So there was this whole set of displays inside, and then they have this glass house outside that had this beautiful, like flowered, whole motif. And I mean, it was massive along the ceiling. And then we went outside and they had a glass blowing demo. Yeah. And she made a bee.
She made a honey bee. Adorable. And then we saw a proposal.
We did. Somebody got proposed to inside the glass house under the big flower sculpture.
We were out there watching a glass blowing demo and we were about to leave. And we turned around and he was down on one knee.
So sweet.
She was wigging out. She was totally
ear to ear.
Out.
She was so smiley and so happy. And I was like, oh, that's beautiful. It was really, I thought that was a really cool thing to witness.
Yes.
And then we're like, okay, we're going to make our way over to Pike Place Market because you're in Seattle. How could you not? My GPS said that Pike Place was 0.9 miles away from Chihuly Gardens. And I was like, we can make a mile. You're talking like 20 minutes or so. I am convinced a Seattle mile is not the same as a Michigan mile.
It's longer than a New York mile, I'm going to tell you that.
Well, because for most of the way you're walking uphill.
Or down.
Or down.
It looks like literally if you trip, you would roll.
You'd roll right down the...
You know how steep it is when on the side of the building they have handrails.
We are Midwest girls. Okay?
Flat.
It's pretty flat here.
This is what our neighborhood looks like. Every now and then you might get this.
Yeah, it's pretty flat.
Yeah.
So that was definitely an experience for us. There was one point as we were walking, and I was getting to the point where like, we're never going to make it here.
Ever.
We're in purgatory now. Where I saw a Army surplus store, and I was like, oh, Mom, we should stop in here and get something for Dad. I just needed a break.
Oh, my God. And speaking of your dad, love the hat.
Oh, good.
You would have thought I bought him everything. I could have probably spent $1,000 more.
Oh, yay. I'm
for
glad
the
you
hat.
liked it.
So I'm glad we stopped.
Oh, good. I'm glad we stopped as well. And we needed a little bit of a reprieve. And then we walked the rest of the way to Pike Place. But I will say, I will never, ever, 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 ever try to go to that place on a Friday afternoon again.
Tuesday,
maybe. Or like maybe a Sunday, maybe it's better.
No.
It was so crowded.
Oh my God.
But like uncomfortably crowded. Like I expected there to be a lot of people there. It's a very touristy place.
It was a half-hour wait in the first Starbucks
I think it was longer than that. It was so long. So the first like original Starbucks is down there at Pike Place. So I saw this line as we were walking because we were looking, for somewhere for lunch. And I see this line and I couldn't tell where it was going. And I was like, what is this line for? And they're like, oh, it's for Starbucks. So I look up and I look up and up and up and up. And there's the Starbucks. And I was like, are y'all serious? You're really sad. But I mean, from what I hear, they've got like some special drinks there and like some special merch.
The merch. One of the cups was this color.
It was a really pretty like
it was
gold,
like a coppery bronze.
It was really gorgeous.
Gold. Oh, it was beautiful. So I'm
not standing in line for like 45 minutes for a cup.
Love you with the love of the love.
Honey,
but no.
I'm gonna have to find somebody who lives local to be like, can you pop over to that Starbucks and give me those cups?
Yeah.
Girl. So we found this cute little Italian place that had like slices of pizza. It had
we
great cookies.
We didn't have any
We hadn't eaten yet. You got a cookie.
Oh, and the hazelnut chocolate cookie.
Yeah, it was good.
And I had a piece of pepperoni pizza. But get the middle.
Yeah, get a middle piece. I got an end piece.
Like
mine was a little burnt, but it was still tasty. Nice crispy crust on the bottom. And I ended up getting a peanut butter cookie and a chocolate chip cookie to take home.
Even let me taste it.
What? Well, I did eat the peanut butter cookie. I let you taste the chocolate chip cookie.
No, you didn't. You ate
sorry.
them both.
It was real good.
She ate
sorry. Well, when we go back, I will get you all the cookies you want.
Thank you. We did see them flinging the fish.
We did see them flinging the fish, and I got donuts. Yeah, I got the little mini donuts.
They were warm.
They were
She got the powdered sugar and the cinnamon.
I got both of those and I took them back home. So we went home for a little bit, had a little siesta.
Yeah.
And then we were back up because that evening we were going to a sunset cruise.
Oh my gosh.
So when we were planning this trip, I was like, okay, we're on the West Coast, which means we'll be able to see sunsets.
Yeah.
And for this one, they took us out into the harbor. On this cute little boat, and we got to see the sunset behind the mountains.
With the sails. It was a sailboat.
It was a sailboat.
A real sailboat.
Before that, though, we had a bit of a harrowing adventure.
Yes!
So when we were heading from our Airbnb to the pier, to the harbor and everything, the GPS took us a different way.
Yeah.
And it put us behind schedule. So we parked and we're like, okay, we gotta like hoof it. We gotta get here.
And
so
I'm tired, but we're hoofing it.
One other thing that we didn't know is to get down to the pier, you have to go down like some pretty steep stairs.
Yeah.
So and then they have some elevators, but like we ran into one elevator and it wasn't working. And then the other one was like way down there. So we didn't get to that one. So we're like, okay, we gotta get down the stairs. So the boat was supposed to shove off at 7. At 6:58, they called me, which I thought was really sweet.
It was.
I did not expect that. I thought they were just going to leave us.
Left.
But they called and they're like, "Hey, where you at?" And I was like, "I promise you, we are almost there. I see the stairs. Like I see you." I could see the boat.
Yes.
I just wasn't there yet. And I was like, please don't leave us.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
Yeah,
so we held up 3 boats.
3.
But we made it. Got settled. Got chill. And it was kind of like a BYOB type situation. I brought some ciders. And we chilled on the boat. Yeah. And it was really lovely. It was a lovely way to end the evening.
I have some of the most beautiful pictures. And I put on my headphones and I was listening to music.
Yeah.
And we got to see porpoises.
Yes, we got to see harbor porpoises.
And starfish.
Jellyfish.
No, jellyfish. jellyfish. Yeah.
So what's funny though is I tried to
keep
get a
saying
picture
starfish.
of the jellyfish, and so there's a photo in my phone of just like all this blue water, and there's this little white dot in the water, and I was
it looked like a paper bag
and I was
floating
like,
in the
I'm
water.
gonna look back at this photo and be like, what the hell is this? Why did I take a picture of this trash in the water? No, it was a jellyfish. It's just kind of hard to photograph a jellyfish with an iPhone.
Right.
Yeah, and then we headed back home and kind of chilled. We had gotten some Chinese food. Our roommates had gone to Chinatown while we were taking our siesta and brought us back some food. So that was really yummy. So then that ended Friday.
And so, you ready for Saturday? Y'all not ready for Saturday. Are they ready for Saturday?
I don't know if they're ready for Saturday.
I don't know,
Let's
but we're
see.
going to give it to you anyway.
Saturday? Here we go.
We're going to give it to you. We're going to give it to you. We're going to give it. No.
If you can see the sparkle in that is off the charts. We made it to Explorer Fibers. Oh my God. Look at this booth. Hello, beautiful.
Hello.
Can you tell me about yourself and your lovely top?
Okay, so this is actually a failed blanket. I was using all of my fingering scraps to make granny squares. And when I had made a few, I did my calculations, found out I was going to need like 370 squares. And I was like, no, I'm
Not
good.
doing that. Hello, hello, darling. Can you tell me a bit about yourself and your gorgeous vest?
Yes, so my name is Amelia, and this is the Buttercup Top by Shop Daisy and Dime.
Ooh.
I buy every single one of her patterns, whether I want to make it or not. And I made this one out of just Kobu by Lion Brand.
Ew.
Fishkin, which is like a DK worsted.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
So let's jump right into Saturday then.
Saturday.
So Saturday and Sunday were Flock. Flock was both days. And Saturday, the first day of any festival, is always like the pandemonium. Pure madness. Gigi posted a video in her stories of when they open the doors.
Oh, goodness.
And if you've ever seen a more impatient group of yarn lovers, like they come in and you could see there were a few folks who wanted to run, but then they saw the camera, so they were just kind of like hop stepping. And I was like, no, run, sweetie.
No,
like, you have to go
run.
get, because there were definitely some vendors there that you're like, if I don't go get my stuff immediately, there might not be no stuff.
Be there.
There were two vendors that I absolutely had to go see immediately. So I ran over to Hello Lavender, which is run by Reshma, who just, every time I see her, I'm like, you're just so cool.
She's so cool.
Like, she's a great dresser. She's
aura
so
of
pretty.
peace just
She's always
wafting
wearing things
off
that
of
she's
her.
made.
Yeah.
Her husband was there. He's got a great mustache. And even though we were like masked and everything, I was like, I can envision what that beard situation is like underneath that
beard
mask.
was bearding.
Yes. So I went over to Reshma and I got my stitch markers. So I got my granny square stitch markers. I got my commemorative flock stitch markers. And then I got these, which I think are just like cast-offs.
And I got the earrings. So I remember when she posted these and she was like, yeah, I'm have these earrings and they're only going to be at Flock. And I was like,
we must. They're really, really beautiful.
These earrings
so pretty.
I can't
They're
wait.
really gorgeous. And then I had to go over to Black Pearl Magic.
Black Pearl Magic.
So myself and Britt went over to Black Pearl Magic because Britt was running the Makers of Color Collective booth. And it was right across from Black Pearl Magic booth. So we actually ended up getting matching bags. And this is one of the new shapes that Black Pearl Magic has now. And I absolutely loved it because it's got a handle and a zipper. I think it's a great size for like a small-ish project.
Yeah, it's got the little bend at the bottom so that you can...
Yep, it's gusseted at the bottom, which is super nice. So it's just a really, really cute bag. And I think at this point I might have like 5 or 6 Black Pearl Magic bags. I kind of got a little bit of a collection. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
You had mentioned the Makers of Color.
Yeah. So Britt had some really cute bags from the Makers of Color Collective, which I am part of. And if you're a handmade business owner who's looking to kind of commune or network with other makers of color, I would highly recommend. We had a book signing. So we had a book signing from 10:30, scheduled for 10:30 to 12.
Wind up going until...
I think like 1:30 almost. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. When people come to see me at these events, it's really hard for me to say no.
She can't say no.
I can't say no because
my mom
she does. That's why I have to bring mom with me because I would have been at that booth signing books all day.
Matter of fact, we didn't get any food.
We didn't.
We didn't have time for food.
Yeah. What ended up happening is we signed books for a while, which was like really cool. And we got to meet some people and kind of hang out. And then we went to go get lunch. But the place downstairs was like really slow on lunch because at 2 o'clock I had to be on a panel to talk about crochet. So we ended up having to get our food to go.
I ate, but what we wound up doing is
there was like a little sitting area not far from the stage. So I did, you know, I was up on the panel to talk about crochet. And then of course when I come down from the stage, there's folks to talk to.
There's people
so I'm
lined
giving hugs
up
and meeting people and taking photos. And then Mom's like, it's time to eat. And I was like,
here she go. She has her pizza like this, and the lady was like, I just want to say, and I'm looking at like, can you say it after she finished biting this piece of pizza?
Yeah.
What you could tell. I mean, like, she's like,
I was about to bite the pizza.
I'm like, okay, Pookie, but we love
Everyone
you.
was so sweet,
It
though.
was.
It's really hard to say
no. And I know that.
Yeah. There was one girl that we met, and I kid you not, I am not exaggerating. She completely flushed, and she was shaking with excitement.
Like,
and
you got to calm down. Or
I gave her a hug, and I was like, just breathe with me, honey. Yeah. Like, but I mean, it's just so sweet. It really touches my heart because amazing. Like, we do this kind of stuff, and it just feels like you're sitting in front of a camera. But you never quite know who you touch when you put yourself out there.
The stories and the love and just the fact that, you know, people are like, and even with our relationship, people are like, I love how you and your mom just
it's so special.
Are so special together in the videos. And they always tell me, I like when Toni does her videos, but when you're in them,
it's like, this isn't my channel anymore.
And I'm like, oh, I love you too. I do. I love you. Well, honey, just let us eat the pizza.
We did need to eat.
We needed to eat.
But about 3 o'clock,
yes,
we finally got to shop.
Yes.
They were in like an outbuilding from the convention center. Really gorgeous space called the Summit Building.
Oh, it was
tall
amazing.
ceilings, skylights, just wide open space. And what I loved about this show is there was so much walkable space.
Yes.
So the aisles were massive. You could get in and out of booths. You never felt like you were stuck somewhere.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was so cool.
It was a very cool show.
When I mean cool, like
temperature.
COOL, like the temperature was
it wasn't too hot. You could definitely wear your stuff comfortably.
A lot of people had on. Can we talk about that for a minute?
The outfits.
Oh my God. Y'all bought it, honey.
They really, really showed out for the show.
See, y'all showed up and showed out. I was like, that's how it's supposed to be.
Exactly. Mom had on this fire dress. Girl. Everybody loved it.
I hope she put the fire little symbol over my head because that was hot.
She really was. Like it was a gorgeous dress. And I got a chance to wear my sweater that I made for the Beyonce concert again.
Yes, with all the comfortable in
Yes. It is the best song on the album. It really is. Gwen wore this really lovely sweater. Nice texture to it. And Jenny had on this great tee that almost looked like a center out square. Looked like a knit granny square kind of thing.
Jenny did the thing. She had
she wore her handmade stuff all week.
Day.
Even when we weren't going to yarn events.
Because people would notice her. They're like, oh, it's so nice.
Yeah. We kept running into yarny people. You could tell. Like, we could recognize each other.
And you know, because
even when we were getting on the ferry.
Right. Even when we don't say anything, we're just like
there was a lady with a hexagon cardigan getting onto the ferry. And we like clocked it immediately. I was like, oh.
That was me. Because I was like, what?
It was really cool.
Some different things like that.
There were sheep. There were sheep inside.
Ooh,
we didn't see them till day 2, but I just had to throw it out there because they were so cute.
Oh my, they were stinking adorable. And then you hold a little feed out and they would come over and eat off.
They're eating the hay. It was adorable.
Oh, it was adorable.
So we got to shop a good bit from 3 to 5 on Sunday. I mean on Saturday rather. And then after that, Mom and I went home for a bit because we had dinner reservations with my business manager, Lisa. Now, if you're a part of my Yarn Hive or if you're on my email newsletter list or if you ever read my blog, Lisa is all over it because she is an amazing support to TL Yarn Craft since we started working together. We went to this really great place called Salty's. It was a seafood place right off the harbor, the same place that we just been at the day before for the sunset cruise. So we got to see the sunset there as well. Eat some really yummy seafood. We had some great cocktails there too. And then we had this cake.
Was in a pretty glass.
Yes, yours was in this really lovely like tiki mermaid glass. My favorite part of the whole meal is there was this white cake at the end.
The white chocolate raspberry.
Oh my God. gosh. And so they only serve it for birthdays.
Oh, yeah.
And so thankfully, Lisa had just celebrated a birthday. So it was like, yeah, we got a birthday.
It
Just
looked
bring the
like
cake. We got a
everybody was
birthday.
there celebrating. Well, I don't think
It's
everybody
like, I think everybody just wanted that cake. But if you've ever had just a really good white cake,
yes.
it is hard to do.
Yes.
And not everybody
With
does
flavor.
it well. But this cake was melt in your mouth delicious.
And it wasn't sweet.
It wasn't too sweet.
Flavorful.
Yeah. It was great
delicious.
cake.
We stayed and we talked until we were the third to the last table.
We shut the place down.
We shut it down.
It was really cool. So then that wrapped up Saturday, and we'll head into Sunday.
Yes, Sunday.
Okay, so it is much more relaxed today. It is day 2. It's Sunday. You can see it's not quite so crazy. And we finally get a chance to go over to Spin Cycle. Look at the sample.
Some people take this away. Yeah, so many heads like this.
Oh my God. Good Lord. Well, hello, beautiful. Can you tell us a bit about your gorgeous top?
Yes, this is the Harriet tank, and I've done it out of wool from Red Door, so Sophie's Castle, and hello there, sweetheart.
Beautiful. Well, hello, beautiful. If y'all ain't know, this is my other mother.
Yes.
This is Gigi. And Gigi's wearing some crochet today. Will you tell us all about it?
This is Island Mesh by Nitty Bay.
Uh-huh.
I think most people know I learned to crochet first as a kid in summer camp. But I never really like when I found you and saw the things that you did, I was like, oh, I don't know how to crochet. I was faking it.
Look at this gorgeous blanket. Oh my gosh. Will you please tell us everything about this?
So this is the Starburst Huxley, or not Huxley, sorry, the Starburst Squares by Mallory Crawl, and we use the Doodle Bar by Fangirl Fibers and Purinacious Fibers and Pacific Nico.
Oh. Hi. We have the beautiful dyer here. Look at your gorgeous stuff. And then there was Sunday.
Sunday.
Sunday was actually kind of perfect because it was way calmer.
Oh.
Like if Saturday was on 100, Sunday was on like 65.
Yes.
It was like a nice chill,
50.
leisurely.
It
Maybe
was
even
like
50. It was way calmer.
It was way
like
calmer.
the Saturday had a very good, but very kind of like a frantic energy. It's like I need to see this. I need to see this person. I need to buy this thing. I need to. On Sunday, it was like now I'm just going to walk around.
Yeah.
Because on Saturday, since we only had the 2 hours to shop, we only got to the front half of the booths because there was kind of like 2 sections. We only got to the front half.
And I found my friend. I had one friend there that I had known for years. And I did buy. So her name is Alexandra. Art of Alexandra Yarn. Ooh, it's like the reading rainbow. So I did buy that on Sunday. I mean on Saturday. And I also got this beautiful bag from Handspun Hope. And I also got this lovely sheep piece. And she's cute. And she's reversible. I'm going to make a necklace out of this because I have the beads.
It's really cute. It almost looks like the way that it's cut, it looks like he has hair.
Yes, that's
really
why
pretty.
I got it. And I also love the other side because then it looks like it
looks like the back of him.
Yes.
It's really cute.
So it's really cute. So I did get those on, that's what I bought on Saturday.
We went back to the show because we didn't get a chance to shop everything, but I was definitely a lot more dressed down, more casual. I was trying to do my incognito thing, but I don't think I can.
She can't do incognito.
I'm too tall. My hair's too big.
Right. We're too much.
It's too everything.
Yeah. Sunday
so we got to shop the back half, which was cool. We got to see Spin Cycle in person. That was really neat to be able to see so much of their yarn on display. And
so many wonderful people. I got a chance to go to some of the smaller booths, talk to some of the smaller vendors, and I met a lovely lady. And I'm not a named person, but you right here.
Yeah.
And she's the cashmere. I'm gonna call her the cashmere lady.
Oh gosh,
She'll
yeah,
know
she had
who
a
she
great
is.
booth.
Oh my God, her booth was amazing.
Everything
so we got
felt
the
so nice.
grandma talk, and then we got to talking on machine knitting.
Yeah, she's a machine knitting instructor. Yeah,
and she
to
was
which
like,
Mom was just like. And I was standing behind her and I saw her whole body change. I was like, oh, okay, they're going to be here for a bit. So I'm going to.
And she was like, oh, because I told her, I said, well, you know, I have 9 machines and I just got a sock machine. She said, oh, Gwen, I wish you lived near me. If we lived next door to each other, we probably would be
super besties.
Super besties because she had that vibe and everything was so cool.
I mean, they were clicking. From the moment we walked into the booth, I mean, she was just so warm, so welcoming, really kind, let us like squish everything, answered all of our questions. And then when they started talking about machine knitting,
there she is.
100% cashmere from
Coastal Cashmere.
Coastal Cashmere.
Coastal Cashmere.
Yeah,
is
beautiful.
Her name on there?
No, it is not.
Oh, pickles.
I also got to meet Texan Jen. She's a really cool gal on Instagram. She does a lot of pattern testing, which is when I first came across her. And she had on this really cute top by Bah Humble in Tunisian crochet. And I was like, yeah, I'm glad to have finally met her. I thought that was really, really cool.
There were so many awesome people and beautiful vibes.
End of Sunday, we finished up and we had to go to the airport, but we were hungry. So we ran into Ashley from Sorella and she recommended that we go to a place called Milk Drunk.
Milk Drunk.
So Milk Drunk is like a chicken sandwich place, but they also have chicken tenders, chicken wings. They have a salad. They have ice cream, milkshake. So it's just like a diner type place. Yeah. So we went to Milk Drunk. The food was really tasty. Oh yeah. The ice cream was okay.
Well, my strawberry. Yeah. I don't think it was ice cream. It was more like sherbet. Yeah. It was. I thought
I liked yours more than mine.
I got a kid serving,
which was plenty.
Yeah. I saw Gwen
got a kid serving as well.
And I was like, Gwen, can I taste that? And I tasted it, and I was like, because
really,
Toni
really
came back with
I got chocolate vanilla swirl,
and I was like, I tasted it. It was
okay.
It was okay.
It just tasted like. It didn't really taste like ice cream. It tastes like ice milk.
Yeah, it tastes like ice milk, but Gwen's with the strawberry.
Really the food was good.
The food was delicious. I think that was
some of the best food that I remember from the weekend. It was just like the chicken was just
it was beautiful because it was white meat and dark meat and crunchy.
So crunchy.
Well seasoned.
The bun was nice.
The potato bun was delicious.
The potato bun was good. The fries were yummy.
Lettuce they put on there. Yep, even the garlic spread.
Oh yes, there were. So they have these sauces. Right? So we got the garlic spread, which tastes just like the garlic spread that we get at the Mediterranean restaurants here back home. So it tasted like home.
Cleaning really everything out.
What is the other sauce? I got a hot honey. So Ashley, when she gave us the recommendation, she was like, you got to get the hot honey, which I did, and it was delicious.
We had that, and then we made it off to the airport. Yep. And that was
So we get to the airport, right? And of course we have our checked bag. When I was packing this bag the night before, I was like, oh, I'm going to have to pay for this bag. I was like asking Alexa, I was like, how much does it cost for, an overweight bag? And she's like, $100. I was like, oh God. But I was ready to pay it because I was like, our yarn's in here. We have to bring this home. So we get to the checkout counter to check in our bags. The bag is 49 pounds. And in my head, I'm like, for real? Now, I'm not going to question it. I'm not going to question it because I want you to take the bag. But I think they might skew them lighter.
Yeah.
There's no way
that bag,
it was
because
so
the
heavy.
Bag, at first it said 56. And I was like, okay, I can up $50 for half, to pay for half of it. And she paid for half. And then it won't be so painful. Because I did have yarn in there. Yeah. I had some things and I had some port.
Yes.
That she bought me. And I know she probably was like, can we get rid
I was
of
like,
this?
Do you need the port? And she's like, I want to bring the port.
I want to bring the port. I like port. It's important. Anyway.
So we put it up there and it did say like 55, 56 pounds at first. And then when it settled, it dropped down to 49. I was like, thanks, Lord.
I think they may take off the weight for the suitcase.
Maybe. I don't know.
It was amazing.
Whatever it was, we didn't have to pay for it.
Yes, we didn't have to pay for it.
And while we were standing there, we were like, are they going to be checking bags on our flight? Like, are they taking carry-ons? And she's like, I could check them here.
Yeah, she was like, oh, you volunteered to check your bag? She was
I
like, I would love
that. Bag.
We are, listen.
Always. Okay. It's just so much easier to get around.
Let me let you up on this travel secret that we do. We always stop at the counter and be like, are you checking bags for the flight?
Yeah.
We volunteer.
Always.
And they're
it's
like,
yeah, maybe it's a little annoying waiting at the bag claim at the end, but it's worth it for me because I don't have to tote my bag around. I can't tell you how many nails I've broken trying to throw that heavy carry-on bag in the overhead compartments.
Not to mention the fact that sometimes, you know, I'm not always 200%.
You know?
So I gotta, you know, I'm asking somebody to lift it up or she's lifting it up for me or something like that. So I'm like, you know what, can you check this bag?
Yeah. But then we made it home and everything was wonderful.
Yes.
Everything
we made it. Oh, my husband had the sheets clean and the house was clean and the dishes were clean. And he had fruit for me and he bought me ginger ale.
He did. Wow.
Yes. So
I gotta give me one of them.
Yeah.
That was not my experience. But I mean, it was fine.
You first.
Are y'all ready for a haul?
You ready for the haul?
Okay, wonderful. So I will kick things off. I kind of have a lot of stuff, but one of the people.
Listen, let me tell y'all something.
Like I went in.
She broke them off something proper.
I went into this experience saying I'm going to get everything I want. Everything that I see that I want, I'm going to get. Because I've only done one other big shopping trip this year.
Yeah.
Not even a trip, but like a big haul. I got a bunch of stuff from Sorella during her library collection because it was just so gorgeous.
Even when we've traveled, I
haven't been getting the time.
We've been doing better. We have large stash.
We do. We do both have pretty big stashes already.
It's not that we don't want to support. It's just that
we have
there's so much.
Yeah. So I got a bunch of stuff. One of the people that I was really, really excited to see was Super Glow. So inside my Yarn Hive community, we have live streams, and we did a live stream right before I was leaving for Flock. And somebody mentioned Super Glow and just the gorgeous yarns and the colors and the everything. And I was like, yes, this is exactly what I'm looking for. I want something different. I want something like really vibrant, just really wild and out there. So I ended up getting this Super Glow. This is the Hot to Go color. And this is the Boucle Bliss base. It's a DK weight, 240 yards, 100% superwash merino wool. Really gorgeous colors in here, acid colors. And as a crocheter, you don't see Boucle being advertised to us very often. So that's why I really want to try this base out. I got some at Rhinebeck last year, but it don't look like this. So I had to get this. So I was really excited about that. I had to get some minis because that's my jam.
She's a mini girl.
So first we stopped and saw Kate at Red Door, and she had these really lovely minis. So kind of more like demure fall colors.
This is normally not Toni's color.
This is not
This
usually
is
my
very
jam.
me. So I was really surprised and a little happy when she got this because I was like, oh, Mama's stepping in. Because I got her to get purple.
Yes.
I told her how beautiful she looks in purple.
Yeah.
So now she's
I'm like,
getting some
I'm
warmer
branching
colors.
out. You know, I have to try some new things. And I really love the neutrals in here because as much as I love color, you got to balance it out with some neutrals. So I got those. And then I went through the palette experience at Sorella. I did that back at Rhinebeck as well. And I think every time I encounter them, this will just be my thing. So I ended up going a little bit brighter and I added in some pastels here. But the funny thing is, once I got them together, I was like,
oh my goodness.
That's actually really...
Could you imagine?
And then, so then we went over to the Doodle Bar. Oh no, this is from Treehouse Knits. So we did Treehouse Knits on Saturday. And I'd never been able to shop Treehouse Knits in person. This base, this like rainbow tweed, rainbow stellina base, first time I'd ever seen this before. I'd never seen this. And so the colors on here work up so beautifully because even though the colors are solid, it looks like everything is rainbow because of the base. So I got this from Treehouse. I got 4 skeins of fingering weight. So it's a wool stellina polyester for the neps. And Mom got this really pretty color. So gorgeous, like a soft wine color. So then we went over to Ocean Fibers. Walking into their booth felt like going on an amusement ride. It was just really great colors, amazing textures. There were pastels. There were like more saturated colors. She had a little bit of everything. So I ended up getting this. This was the show color. It is called OMG. It's a Flocking Rainbow. So I got it on DK. Mom got it on fingering. Sock. So I got 2 skeins of that. And then I saw these as well, which I thought was so pretty. So again, totally obsessed with texture and fuzzy things right now. So I got this color is called Blue Crush, and this is the lace surrey. I've been doing a lot more lace surrey over over mohair lately. I think I might have a very mild mohair allergy. Sometimes when it touches my skin, it feels like barbs. I feel like it didn't used to feel that way, and now kind of my skin's changing.
You get different sensitivity.
And then I wanted something to go with this, and I was going to do a contrast, but then I was like, no, I'm going here. But this has some gold stellina in it. Yes. So again, a nice little pop.
Mine also has, so I got the 2 of these.
What's this colorway called?
This is called Flow Dive.
Yeah, FLUO dive.
Yeah,
I don't know how to pronounce that.
Yeah.
I got a cross stitch kit. Don't worry, I'm not done with the yarn. I have a whole nother basket over here. But I got this lovely cross stitch kit from Junebug and Darlin. So I haven't cross stitched in probably a decade. So I really wanted to give it a go. So this is the second cross stitch kit that's sitting in my stash right now that I really want to play around with. Let's go through this other basket.
Oh yeah, okay. She has a whole other basket.
A lot. So one of the people that was at the Makers of Color Collective was Marley of Little Wing Fibers. And if you've been around for a while, you might be familiar with my Kiki shawl. And I actually partnered with Marley for one of her Studio Ghibli collections to release that. And we did a really, really lovely piece together. So she had the DK weight version there. I brought my bulky weight version, and we were able to sell some kits. But Marley was also selling yarn there. So this was her show color. It's called Matcha Latte. So pretty. It's like a nice matcha kind of celery green. And on the tweed, I was like, I love it. I love a good tweed. I really do. And the browns and flakes in here just felt like kind of mint chocolate chip. It was really, really cute to me. So then I wanted a color to go with it, and I got this one, and this is Osano's Hot Chocolate, also on the tweed DK. So these are super pretty. I don't know what they're going to become.
It's really pretty.
So pretty.
Ooh, you know what? A wrap shawl.
I'm going to end up with so many scarves and shawls after this. Just a nice lofty wrap because it's so squishy. It feels really nice. And it's got nylon together, but it just feels
reminds me of a pistachio. And like a coffee colored.
If it was like pistachio tiramisu.
Ooh,
that would be good.
That would be delicious.
I think I'm a little hungry.
Oh yeah, we might need a little nosh.
So that was from Little Wing Fibers, and then we went to Junie and Sai. Is this all I got from there?
No, it's not me.
So we went to Junie and Sai, and I fell in love with this. So this, again, is really leaning into my current obsession with purple. So there's purples, pinks, yellows, browns, greens, blues. There's everything in here. So it's this really signature color that they do. The depth is just wild. So this colorway is called Young Hearts Run Free. And then I wanted something to go with it. So I ended up getting this gorgeous brick red. And this one is called Head Over Feet. They had a lot of really good coordinating colors with this. I was going to go with something a little bit brighter, more colorful, but again, contrast. It's kind of my thing.
And of course, I found the sale basket.
Of course you did.
Because why wouldn't I find it? And I got these lovelies.
Yes.
Can you see?
So pretty.
They're called Planet Rock. And they're supposed to be the same, but this one, as you can see, has a little more
dye pots, man.
Colors, and then these ones are a little more
just green.
So this is the fingering weight, and I have 462 yards. You already know where I'm going with this. This is going to be, if I can get a dress out of it, I might try, but if not, it's definitely going to be a tunic.
Oh, gorgeous.
Yeah, gorgeous. And I'm going to do like nice little splits on the side. And I'm probably going to do a short sleeve, not a flutter like I had, but a shorter sleeve so I can wear something
like a short, like more fitted sleeve.
Yep, so I can wear something light underneath. And when I tell you these colors,
the depth, you really have to see it in person. I don't know what mine's going to become, but I think it's going to have to be something that I wear, something I put on my body. This color next to my face. What do you think?
Oh, 100%.
Right?
That's her stepping out of her comfort zone. I know you don't.
Let's keep it moving. I got some really lovely yarn from Made by Haley Bailey. So what's funny is she was telling me that her kitchen kind of blew up right before the show and she still needed to dye these colors. And I'm like, I'm glad you got your kitchen fixed because I needed these. So I got 4 skeins of DK. This color is called Carmine Bee Eater. And this color is called Broad Build Roller. I thought these were so pretty. And and then she had on a top that had this color at the top, faded into this color, and then there was a third color at the bottom. But these two faded into each other in this just the most perfect way. So this is absolutely going to have to become something that I wear.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be on my body.
Definitely. And next to that green.
Maybe I'll find like some green cargo pants or something to wear with it.
Yeah.
That'd be super cute. My pile's getting a little precarious over here. Okay. Oh, and then we went over to the Doodle Bar. Girl. So you remember that sparkly tweed base I was talking about? So we found that at the Doodle Bar as well. So I got some yarnaceous fibers in this really gorgeous color. This one's called Sulfur, which is this beautiful kind of like acid green yellow color. And then I got this dark color to go with it. Now, I don't usually go with something this dark. Like I use black even less than I use purple. And this color is called Master Gracie. And I thought these two together were just absolutely fantastic. So I want to give a big thank you to everyone at the Doodle Bar because they incredibly kindly gifted us this yarn. And I just thought that was so sweet. I was like, where do I check out? And she was like, I don't understand those words. I was like, oh,
she has my green. She had 3 and 3 and she doesn't know it.
Oh, here.
Thank you.
You can have it.
Thank there we go. That's what you picked. This is what you picked. She picked for me, so she gifted it to me because everybody loved my dress, and I told her that I wanted to make a dress out of this, and she gifted me this. And I wanted to start last night, but we had to do this video.
So now
and
you can
I'm
start.
telling you, I was sitting there like,
are you gonna put it on the machine, or are you gonna hand make it?
I'm gonna hand make it, but I found a pattern.
You did?
Yeah. This is, so
pretty. The sparkles in here and the colorful neps are just out of this world. I'm very, very curious to see what this looks like crocheted. We saw some knit samples of it, but I didn't see anything crocheted. I'm really excited to work with this. And so now I've got 3 and 3 of each, and this is absolutely becoming a top. What's interesting is like sometimes you'll get a stellina that's a little scratchy, like the stellina pokes out, but this is not the case. Like there's stellina poking out, but it's not like a barb.
And it's almost like a coppery gold.
So demure. So intentional.
Thank you for picking these colors out for me.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to get started.
We can't wait. So super excited for that. So Doodle Bar was a visit on Sunday. And it was nice to just be able to chill in there.
Yes.
We got to meet this incredibly talented young lady who made this really beautiful blanket.
Okay,
She's still
I
working
got
on
a chance to see the blanket on Saturday.
Yeah.
And when I tell you it looks like all the colors of all your yarn. The color that she's using is just beautiful. And she's 10. And
she's 10 years old.
Amazing.
Really, really sweet. Great manners. Very kind. And, you know, she picked up crochet and she's not put it down yet since. So, and then the last thing I got also from the Doodle Bar, from the yarnaceous fibers, I grabbed this color first because the dyer there had a Loveland shawl, and this was one of the colors. And seeing this color in Tunisian crochet, I was like, I must have this. It was so pretty, and so I wanted a color to go with it. So I got this nice kind of dusty purple.
Look at that. Oh,
the contrast together again, so gorgeous, and it pulls up. There's some of that dusty purple in here, but not a ton. It's more lighter, and then there's pinks. So I thought those worked really, really well together. Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
your turn.
So I also, my friend Alexandra from The Art of Yarn, she had a sale bin, and I found this deliciousness.
So you got a little fade going on there. I think they're all the same colorway, but they just took the dye a little different.
Just so I was just in love.
Gorgeous.
I also went to Shelly Anderson, and this is Shell Yarn. And I just saw this is fingering weight because I was looking for lace weight. A lot of people didn't have
There wasn't
lace.
a ton of lace.
There was only like a couple of booths that really had any lace, and they didn't really try to sell it to me. They were kind of more like
they were more focused on the fingering, the DK. There were some nice bulky bases there too.
When we were on our cruise, our sunset cruise, it looked like this.
It did. The mountains in the distance with all the layers and the color, it looked just like that.
Guess what the name of this yarn is?
What is it?
Sunset.
Perfect.
And then I was walking past, and there was a wonderful gentleman, and he had his fan, and he was flicking it, and he was fanning. And then I had my baby, because Mom had Flame Dawn, And so I showed him. I said, "Oh, I know fans." He was like, "Oh, but darling, you need this fan. Let me fan you, queen." And I was like, "Well, I am a queen, so go on do your thing, mister." At Fiber Hustle, and this was their first time.
Oh yeah,
at vending.
So cool.
And they were just two of the most welcoming, wonderful gentlemen there, and their yarn was amazing. This is so soft. It's so gorgeous. I mean,
it was nice.
Yes.
It was really nice.
They had like some onesies, and this was a onesie. So what I liked about it is with the pinks, they had browns and blues and creams and the teals, and I was just
the
like,
depth is really astounding. I bet that's gonna look absolutely gorgeous as a cake.
Oh my God. There was a young lady there. Her name is, oh my God, right, read it for me, baby.
Kiera WXYZ.
Yeah. So it's pronounced Way, I believe.
Okay.
And I have her card here, but she was dying. She was a BIPOC
fabulous
dyer. And I bought this for my little e-wheel that I have.
She's gonna try it again.
Maybe we could try again.
Wow, quite a haul. And then of course we got Sasha's book.
And
she signed those for us, which was really sweet.
We got
a Junie Inside bag. I got a bag from Makers of Color Collective.
Yes.
I got this one other super cute bag that had these little like ghosts on them.
Yes.
And like there was like a yarn ball. There was like one ghost with a sweater.
With a little Halloween. It was a
so
Halloween.
Cute. Oh my gosh,
it was
adorable.
So cute. Okay. Highs, lows, in betweens.
So highs, I mean, the one that comes to mind, honestly, which even though we went here for a yarn convention, the Chihuly Gardens, I could have stayed there all day. Like I could have gone back through and back through again. Like there was just something really inspirational about it. And I love there was at one point we saw this video recording of kind of how he assembles his pieces. And you look at glass as like this very fragile, medium. But I mean, he's whipping these glass pieces around. He's picking stuff up and placing it. And it all ends up being like this gorgeous puzzle he puts together because he doesn't work off of any kind of charts or anything. It's just the feel of it. It's just the art of it. And that was just really, really inspirational to me.
I think about it as like dyeing yarn or making a garment. Because
you got to feel it.
You have to feel it. If you don't, I always say, let the yarn speak to you. People say, what are you going to make with that? And sometimes I know immediately. I touch it and it's like, oh, that's
gonna be a dress. Yes, that's gonna be a sweater.
Yes. Yeah. Sometimes it's set in my stash for years.
So that's my high. My low, honestly, is I had a really miserable time walking from Pike Place to walking from Chihuly to Pike Place, which is wild. I came off of my favorite thing of the trip and did my least favorite thing of the trip, and it felt like way longer than it needed to be. It was 100%. Hot. We were walking uphill. It felt like the whole time. And then we got to Pike Place and it almost didn't feel like it was worth it.
No, because by the time we got there,
I don't know. I was just miserable. I was wilting a bit.
Yeah, she wasn't feeling her 100%. So
that was my low. And it wasn't just like, oh, you're lazy, you don't want to walk uphill. It's like, no, this was unpleasant.
Yeah.
All around.
And then when we got there, it was the people.
Yeah.
It was
very I felt like
congested.
I couldn't even enjoy Pike Place.
No, we didn't see, like, we didn't even go across the street.
We walked
to the section.
we walked straight through the market.
We stayed
the place that we ended up eating at was like all the way on the other side of the market, over by like where they tossed the fish at. Yeah. So we really didn't get to see much, but you couldn't really because it was just so crowded.
I did get my picture though.
Yes,
I wanted my head in the picture, and I got the picture of the street.
It was a fun show to see.
Yeah, it was amazing. I loved that.
I was a little miserable at that point. I couldn't.
She was fading. My little flower, my little sunshine was setting.
I was. What about you? Highlights, lowlights?
Oh, and what was your mid?
My mid, you know what? My mid, I'd probably put the sunsets on the rooftop. It was really it was just lovely to experience that. It was so relaxing.
Yes.
And like a really nice calming way to end the evening. We obviously don't have mountains out here. No, it's very, very flat. We've discussed this. So going out there where the landscape is different, where the colors are different, and being able to see something.
Flowers, just everything growing everywhere.
Just experiencing Seattle, I guess, was my mid because, really nice. It's nice to have an experience where you think to yourself, like, the people who live here don't even notice this anymore.
No. It's kind of like living in New York.
Yeah.
It's
you
New
just
York.
get so used
People
to
come
it.
from all over the world to see what you kind of take for granted.
Yeah.
So if you live out there, please enjoy those sunsets.
It. Go do the touristy things in your own town.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes.
So what about you? What's your high?
My high was the people.
Yeah.
I love people. I love being around people. I love meeting people. And I might not always get your name, but I know you.
The vibes are there. The energy's there.
It's always there. And it was amazing. I got to speak to one lady. We always messaged back and forth, and she told me who she was, and I was like, we talk all the time. She was like, yes, I know. She said, you're amazing. She said, I've never sent a message and you not responded. She said, so it's amazing. So
we're so much more connected than it feels like.
It really
And I think that's the beautiful thing about something like Flock, where people like, you know, make it a destination to go to.
Yeah. I do have another high.
Yeah.
Y'all bought it. You know, I had
all the outfits and stuff.
Oh, honey.
Oh yeah. It was like a runway in there.
Mama loved that runway. I was all in. I was like, even if I didn't get a chance to see, like,
yeah. And I definitely made a point of trying to capture as much crochet there as possible.
Yes, that could be another 2-hour video. I mean, they bought it.
It really did. It really showed up in lots of different ways. There's this lovely cardigan. I don't know the name of it, but it's like granny squares in the center, and then the sleeves are knit. So we saw several of those, which I thought was so cool. I was like, we need more pieces that incorporate knit and crochet.
Yes.
So I'm trying to get my knit skills up. I don't know if y'all ever gonna see it, but I'll at least make some stuff for myself, because I just thought that was a really cool concept.
She's gonna do it. Trust me, I'll get her. Don't worry. And if I have to knit the knit part and she crochet the crochet part, we gonna do it.
We'll tag team it. Yeah. Sounds like a plan. Yeah.
That was my high.
So that was your high.
My low was the homelessness.
Yeah.
It was
it's a bit sad to see.
Sad to see in such a beautiful place.
You can tell that Seattle is quite moneyed.
Yes.
You can tell.
I mean, when gas is $5.49.
Yeah, we were coming from the airport and gas was like $5-something. I was like, whoa, y'all doing all right.
Right.
But it just ended up being this really startling juxtaposition between all these beautiful buildings and this gorgeous green space that they had everywhere, and all these shops. And you can tell there's so much commerce and money moving around there. And then you had this homeless population that was pretty significant, especially once you got to the downtown area.
And you could tell that it wasn't just homeless, it was drugs and mental illness.
Absolutely.
We had a lady standing in the middle of the street.
She was in a wheelchair.
Sitting
in the middle of the street as the light turned, and a very kind gentleman got out to help escort her across the street, and she was not interested. It was a safety thing at that point, because I mean, she was sitting in the middle of 3-lane traffic.
Yeah, and they were they drive so fast.
They do drive really fast.
So she would have. Unfortunately,
it could have been really tragic. Yeah, so I'm glad the guy got out of the car.
Yeah, even though she wasn't happy.
She was not interested.
My mid, I would say the food.
Okay.
I don't know what I was expecting, but I mean, the places that we ate were good, but
you were expecting great.
I was expecting great.
Yeah.
I've eaten food all over the world, and I'm more of a comfort food place. It's more than a trendy person.
Sure, yeah.
So you don't get me with 57 ingredients in one dish. I just think you can't cook.
You gotta bury it under all this stuff.
You gotta hide it, and you think you're doing something, and I'm saying to myself, what else? Why?
The food was all right. I think the food that we had the first day was some of my favorite.
Which is crazy, because that was a bar.
It was chicken tenders. It was chicken tenders and cider. But it was really good. The fries were good. The honey mustard dressing was everything.
My tater tots.
Yeah.
Why am I even talking about tater tots?
I know.
With nacho cheese.
Our favorite food was, of course, the fried food.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like the snackies that I had were good. So that cookie that I got at Pike Place was tasty. Oh, my God.
Get the cookie.
Donuts I got were good.
That chocolate hazelnut was delicious.
Was
the food, I'd give it 6.5 to 7. My husband can cook.
Our standards are very high.
Yeah, we have high standards. That would be my mid.
Sure.
But definitely my high was the people. And the people everywhere we went. It wasn't any place
Everybody's super kind in
went.
Seattle. And I would say even, you know, considering the size of the homeless population, we had no problems.
No,
like they don't
weren't
really interact.
aggressive.
There's nothing aggressive, nothing confrontational at all. So that was,
and they don't beg. They weren't asking for money or.
I mean, fine if you do, but I mean, it just wasn't what I was expecting. It's not. It hasn't been my experience when I interact with homeless people abroad. Yeah. So you know, that was definitely different. And you know, a welcome change of pace.
Yeah.
What would you say of your haul? Do you think you might be using first? Where are you going first?
The first thing I'm going to do is
the stuff from the doodle bar.
The doodle bar.
So pretty.
Definitely, because I want to wear this to Rhinebeck. At first I was thinking about knitting it, but I'm not. I'm going to crochet it.
Beautiful.
I'm taking 2 of these things definitely to Rhinebeck. I'll get them done.
Yeah, I've got some stuff in here I want to do for Rhinebeck as well. So where I think I want to go first, it's a toss-up. So I definitely want to use my doodle bar stuff as well.
Yes.
But just because I saw it worked in something that was super inspirational, I'm really considering going with my Made by Haley Bailey for something for Rhinebeck.
Definitely see that would be
so pretty. And I'm sure I could go in my stash and find some things to go with this.
like a nice solid something.
Yeah, I could find some solids. I could maybe grab some minis. I've got some nice DK minis in there that I could throw in. So I can play around a lot with that. I think that's where I'm gonna go first. Maybe. I don't know. There's so many options because this is fingering weight and this is DK, so it'll just depend on how I feel.
Because I'm celebrating my anniversary this Friday. It'll be my 39th wedding anniversary. So we're not, because I'm tired, we're not going anywhere. And I'm so grateful that I didn't plan anything because I'm just getting my voice back and I need to rest. We're going to go eat a nice dinner somewhere, then we're gonna just rest. He's kind of tired. Yeah, he's kind of tired. I'm tired.
I love that kind of relationship where you can be like, we don't have to go nuts.
Yeah, we're probably
do what we actually want to do.
We're gonna go to the movie. We're probably gonna eat out a couple of different places. I'll probably have him, like, I know he's gonna say, well, what do you want for your anniversary? Take me to the outlet mall. I'll find a t-shirt or something to buy or something. Look, Seattle, you wore me out. You bought it hard. Daddy, we got it.
So here's the $1 million question. Would you go back?
100%.
Yeah.
If you would have me, I would have you.
We had a great time.
That was an amazing time. I felt the love.
It really felt like they kind of captured like lightning in a bottle with this.
Ooh, yes.
So many things were clicking. I feel like the vendors brought it. They were on 100%. The booths were amazing. Everything was really well stocked. I feel like the prices were like reasonable.
I really think the prices were reasonable.
Like you felt the value of it. So like, you know, this is not inexpensive yarn, obviously. We're talking natural fibers and really kind of exotic bases and blah, blah, blah. What we need though is if you're going to charge $32 a skein, I expect to be wowed. I expect to see something I've not seen before. But I went to this show expecting to be wowed. Yeah, and I was. I was pleasantly surprised at how nice it was.
This show was like Cake Palooza on steroids.
So Cake Palooza is one of the Friday events that they have before Rhinebeck. So they have these little like smaller events for people who either couldn't get into Rhinebeck or you just want like a smaller option. So Cake is just like the really fun, playful. It's got like this youthful feel to it. I love Cake. I would say that is my favorite of the Friday events.
Oh, definitely.
And this felt a lot like Cake, but bigger.
Yes.
Which was glorious. Which was what I wanted.
But you also noticed that they did have some very, I would say, structural yarns that
those more technical types yarns.
Kind of beautiful.
I mean, they had a little bit of everything
there was something really for everybody. Save your penny.
Yes, you definitely want to save up for this.
This is not a box store event. But if you want something to treat yourself. Treat yourself.
That's exactly what it was. I'm grateful for the photos we took, the people we met, the hugs we got. We got some great hugs.
Oh my, the hug, the young lady picked me up off the ground.
Sure did.
First of all, honey, let me tell you something. The only person that's picking Miss Jones up is Mr. Jones. But that hug she gave me, that was the world of hugs.
Yes, it was.
It was, you are amazing.
So we, I think, just holistically had a really positive,
yes,
memorable
good
experience.
vibes.
And we didn't get any merch, but the more I thought about it, I was like, oh, I don't really want any merch, blah, blah, blah. But then I was like, oh, I kind of already miss it. Like, I want some merch now. So they said they're going to do some merch pre-orders in a few weeks.
Oh, great.
So
the only thing I had was the little flock bracelet from Cereal. Yeah.
From Cereal Knitters Dye House.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to have to get our merch.
Whoever made this, I appreciate it.
That was at the Sorella booth.
Was it? They were giving those away. Yeah. So, yeah.
So we'll have to get our merch. We'll have to circle back for the merch.
Yeah, we're going to go back. I need a t-shirt. Yeah, I want a t-shirt. I usually like a good t-shirt.
I'm a sweatshirt girl.
Yeah, she's a sweatshirt.
What I do.
I distress it and cut it up and wash it 100,000 times.
She styles her clothes. I just wear mine.
Make it funky, you know.
So, now that we've gone through the entire haul and recapped this amazing experience.
And we've only been here 2 and 3 hours, 4, 5 hours.
Where are we headed next?
Oh, we're going to Squam.
We're going to Squam. We're going to Squam. We're going to Squam. So the reason we're going to Squam is because this one is celebrating a birthday in September.
Birthday.
So if you recall, if you watched our last podcast together, we had talked about Squam and how cool of a retreat it is. I've gone before, absolutely loved it. And Elizabeth, who runs Squam, saw the podcast and invited us out, which I'm so excited for. She also sent us her book. It's called 3 Skeins of Caledonia Blue. I will show it.
Okay.
So it's called 3 Skeins of Caledonia Blue, and it's like a best friend story, and I love best friends. That is one of my favorites. Really beautifully written. I've only gotten maybe like 25, 30 pages in so far. I read a bit over our time at Flock, and I'm enamored already.
I am amazed by it, and I asked, because I was saying that I wanted to travel and not necessarily work so much.
Right.
And she reached out and she was like, oh, I would love for you to be able to celebrate your birthday here. Yeah. We're going to celebrate your birthday and just have a wonderful time. So thank you so much for hearing me. And anybody else, any country, any place, you in Iceland, you need us to come, we're ready to come.
We will travel for yarn, always.
We will travel for yarn.
So if you will host us, we will come. We have a great time. So that is it for
that's
today.
It.
I think that's plenty for today.
A lot.
I hope you got that laundry done.
Yeah.
I hope that dishwasher's unloaded.
I hope that baby's
sleeping. Some progress on your whip.
Yeah.
Whatever you were working on while we were running our mouths and showing our yarn.
Or just drinking your coffee out. Yeah. And I know it's cold. You need a refresh.
Yes.
Go get you one.
And drink some water too.
Oh.
I drank all my water.
I did.
I was really thirsty.
Hydrate.
Yum, yum. But thank y'all so much for hanging. And we will see y'all next time. Bye. Perfect. We did it.